Yo, don't be getting mad at me thinking I'm saying something I'm not saying. But I'm about to tell you the difference between playing at the rec center and playing in an actual Division One game or practice. They're two totally different things. I know people think they the same thing, and you probably do got game. You probably better than that, the average guy if you at the rec center all the time. But yo, that's not the same thing as D1 college ball. If you disagree with anything I say, please make a comment. So I'm at the rec center for 4 or 5 years in college before I made the team my final year. And the first practice, I realized you don't run it. They don't run in basketball. They are sprinting. They're sprinting full speed nonstop. Like at the rec, I might run fast here and there, and I'm not a slow dude, but man, they sprint. I swear, man, my first practice, I seen Usain Bolt and Jesse Owens. Both of them was there running it with Mizzou jerseys on, and the speed is totally different. It doesn't look different, and this is what I had to realize when I'm watching the game on TV, it doesn't look like they're moving that fast. That's because everybody's going 100 miles per hour. If everyone's going 100 miles per hour, it looks like I feel when I'm at the rec. We all moving 20 miles an hour. The speed of the game is totally different. Once I tried to adjust to the speed, I realized I had to adjust to how physical these cats were. Now at the rec, I'm used to playing with guys that's like 5'8" to 6'2". If somebody shows up that's 6'6", that's a big man. No, no, no. College basketball D1, 6'6" is a guard. So now I'm on a court with guys 6'8" to what, 7 foot, 260, 280 pounds. I'm watching these dudes beat each other up every day. Hard hits, type of stuff that, it would knock me out. And I'm a walk on. I'm not going to play much. So they really don't care how they treat me. They setting screens all in my back. My spine's hurting, my neck, my head. And coach does not have time for me to complain about all this stuff. So I'm getting beat up. Guys are too strong, too tall, and they running super fast. It's a wild game out here, man. And what made it even worse, my move stopped working. Man, I had a crossover and an in and out move. At the rec, it worked. I could get to the bucket. I could create some space with this move. And if you're a super good defender, I could at least get you on my hip, get a foot, in the paint and pass it off. These moves worked. You know what I'm saying? I've used these moves and heard people say, ooh, nice move. Yeah, man. D1 practice, college ball, I do that same move. The defender's not moving. No one's going for none of my stuff, dog. They stealing the ball on my number one go-to moves. This ain't right. This ain't it. Like, the moves that worked, they wasn't working no more, man. So one day I decide I'm tired of this. I made the team. I'm on the same team as all you big, strong cats. We put on our shorts the same way, one leg at a time. So I'm going to get big and physical too. I'm tired of this mess. So coach wanted to run this play over and over again just for practice. And I was on defense. And during this play, the big man screens me. So I done got screened about 2 or 3 times. We keep running the play, and my body's starting to hurt because they pounding me. I'm just taking all kind of shots to the spinal cord, neck, my equilibrium's all off. So I decide next time they set this screen on me, I'm going to hit them with a little oomph. You know what I'm saying? I got muscles. I'm going to hit you too. So this is when I got introduced to one of my teammates. His name was Trayvon Bryant, about 6'9", 250, real muscular. I'm about 5'10", 175. I hit him with everything I got. Boom! And he kind of looks at me like, oh, you hitting back? So I'm bobbing my head like, yeah, I'm hitting back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm in the party now. So again, boom, I hit him with that ooh-wee. You know what I'm saying? I seen him rattle, not really rattle, but just kind of shocked that, I had this fight in me today. Man, we run that play again. He comes to set that screen. I came to get big. And next thing I know, we was at the free throw line when he set the screen. And when I opened my eyes, I guess he had tossed me up in the air or something, pushed me something. I went flying. And when I opened my eyes, I was at about half court. And coach was standing there. And I'm looking at coach like, yeah, coach, check Trayvon. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't have done me like that. Shoot. Coach looked at me like, hey, this is why you made the team. You know what I'm saying? You getting tossed up. I said, oh, man, they lucky I love basketball. I was about to go crazy. I was going to be on the news or something. Another thing is at the rec, you don't have any plays. At the rec, you just run up and down the court. And if you with a crazy bunch of guys and for some reason y'all running plays, y'all probably got one or two plays. Yo, get to Mizzou, college basketball, they give me a big book of plays. Half court defensive plays, transition plays, out of bounds plays, all this different type of stuff, man. They got terminology I never heard of. Something like red on the X means we're going to double on a screen and roll, and some other terminology means we're going to hedge on a screen and roll. Like all this stuff I never heard of. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to impress coach and I'm going to remember all the plays, even plays I don't run. Because as the season progressed, they put in new plays, but it was mainly for the starters. But I'm thinking one day everybody might go down and I'll be the starting point guard and they'll need me. So I'm going to know all the plays. So I'm studying these plays. And one day after practice, coach pulls me to the side and he says, hey, we got a player, they're trying to learn a new position and we need you to stay after practice and run the plays, with him. And I'm like, bet, I'm about to show coach I know all the plays. Man, coach put me in at the 2. I knew all the plays from the 1 position. I'm the shortest guy on the team. Why would I know what the 2-man does? Man, coach was so upset with me. You're supposed to know the plays, blah, 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 blah. I'm giving myself a pat on the back because I know him from the 1 position. I was supposed to know the 2 and the 3. Yo, now there's mental games that I can't overcome. Like, what? Another thing, everybody on the court at practice in a game is a superstar. All those guys, if they on scholarship, that dude sitting on the bench that you think you could dominate, the one averaging 1-2 points per game, he used to be a superstar in high school. He might have been player of the year in his city, in his state. You know what I'm saying? Dude might have averaged 25 or triple double, something crazy. That dude will go to a rec in a rec league and dominate. So it's not like it's some bums on the court. You go to the rec, it's a couple bums, it's a couple guys, oh, he guarded me. I got him. I ain't worried about him. None of those guys exist. All of these guys used to score 20 in college. It's a whole nother world, man. Like, don't sleep on anybody. Don't take nobody for granted. Don't stereotype. I don't care if they white. I don't care if they short. I don't care if they ain't got no muscles. This boy got game. And last but not least is one word, and that's discipline. Man, at the rec, you don't need no discipline, man. I play ball on Monday at the rec, come through Tuesday late, you know what I'm saying? Maybe lift weights on Friday. There's no discipline involved. When you start playing college ball, you got to be at a certain weight, you know what I'm saying? If you're too small, they're going to try to overload you with mad food and you lifting weights. It's going to take discipline if you're a big guy, man. You can't drink no more juice and soda. They're checking your weight, your body fat percentage, all that kind of stuff. What your grades look like. Is you showing up to study hall? Man, how many parties is you going to? Because we heard about you around town. You getting down. You know what I'm saying? You getting a bad reputation in these streets. It's just so much stuff that's required out of you that has nothing to do with the basketball court, it seems like. Man, coach done woke us up at 6 in the morning because someone didn't show up to class. So now we just running. We don't know when we're going to stop running. We just running. Then we got practice at 12. Practice is over at 4 or 5. Now, in my mind, I've dedicated my whole life to this. 6 a.m. and a 5-hour practice later. Man, I go upstairs. Some of my teammates is lifting weights. Some of my teammates is on the treadmill trying to lose a few pounds. And I'm like, yo, discipline is wild. The amount of discipline it takes for any athlete to get to the next level is always something crazy. You gotta watch your diet. You gotta watch when you go to sleep. And then there's discipline on the court. Are you yelling screen every time there's a screen? Are you yelling back door? Are you saying help? Are you giving your teammate a high five even though you mad because some stuff happened the other night? You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole nother planet. And I'm telling you these things so that especially my young guys, especially my guys that think it's going to be easy, just to let you know it's another level. And if you love the game, you got it in you, you'll get through all this. But I just don't want you surprised when all these things pop up. And just like anything else, it's levels to it. So, at first it'll be a shocker, but you'll get used to the speed. You'll get used to the strength. You'll start fighting the big guys back. Your grades will be better. Your eating habits will be better. And you'll see yourself standing out and continuing to improve. Like Meek Mill said, it's levels to this. Long story short, the difference between the rec and Division I basketball is a lot of hard work. It's a lot of struggle, sacrifice, determination, discipline, all those things. But in the Bible, we look at Luke 12, verse 48. It says, when someone has been given much, much will be required in return. So if God's blessed you with athletic gifts, athletic tools, with insight, if he's just blessed you with the right opportunity to make the right team at the right time, remember, it's going to require a lot out of you. It's going to require more out of you than what it used to require when you were at the rec or when you were at a level that was below the level that you're now aspiring to be.